What's good, y'all? All right, y'all. This is the first time I'm doing an introduction to a channel. Like this is my first time doing an introduction to a channel since I was 13 years old. But basically, this is going to be my NASCAR channel. I'm going to be discussing many different NASCAR topics that I am interested in discussing. I've been a NASCAR fan since literally 2006. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember there was a bunch of NASCAR stuff around my room and this, that, and the third, and racing type of stuff because, well, Cars came out that year, right? Lightning McQueen was the GOAT of my childhood. Not gonna cap him and Spider Man and Shrek. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, Lightning McQueen, watching that movie Cars really kind of got me into NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? In 2006 was that turning point for my life. You know what I'm saying? And I just, after that, I was just into, cars and stuff like that. Like toy cars, racing. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? But somehow, I don't think I remember a race from 2006, but I feel like I've watched a race from that season. I'm not going to cap. I feel like I've seen a race from that season, but I just don't remember a race from that season, I guess. I was 5 and I feel like I would remember because I remember a lot of stuff from from that year more than a lot of 5 year olds would, remember. But I do remember being into cars a lot. I do remember being into the whole racing thing, and I remember NASCARs being around the house, like toy cars being around the house and stuff like that, and getting them as gifts from birthdays from when I was a baby. And yeah, so yeah, I guess I always was into cars and stuff like that, and NASCAR seemed to be the main thing that I should have been into at that time. Like it was destined, you know what I'm saying, for me to be interested in NASCAR or some type of racing sport. 2007, I remember vividly watching races and being religiously a part of the sport. I'm not gonna cap to you. Like Lightning McQueen, that movie Cars really did it for me. That masterpiece of a movie that people still want to crap on to this day, bro. That movie really changed my life in many different ways. I'm not gonna cap to you. Shout out to Pixar, cause bro, if it wasn't for that movie, I don't know what really be interested in sports wise. I love football and basketball. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, NASCAR really got me, bro. 2007 is a time where I was really into it. I remember my first NASCAR race that I can really remember watching was the 2007 Daytona 500. That year was very nostalgic to me. It really was. And I remember after watching that 2007 500, that 500, I remember reminiscing about it the next day, the next morning, right? At school. Like, yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. I just stumbled upon it after a nap, right? I was in my room, right? You know what I'm saying? And I just decided to walk into the living room and we were just flipping through channels, me and my dad, and we see the race, or at least the end of it. And it ended with a photo finish and with a huge wreck behind them. That race, that finish was a movie to me. It was really a movie, and I mean that. And then the next thing you know, I'm just hooked ever since the 2007 500, bro. I remember that, and I'll never forget it. What a great finish that was, and I remember reminiscing about it at school. I remember I remember when me and my friends we were racing around the gym in PE, right? I'm literally talking about elementary school. I'm not gonna cap, like kindergarten. When we were around 6 years old, I think, right? You know what I'm saying? When we was racing around the gymnasium, I would reminisce about the race, right? I would think about the race. I would pretend I'm like a NASCAR, just running around the gymnasium and just going crazy. So yeah, NASCAR has been a big part of me, and then I remember the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week. But 2007, low key, I would kind of some races I would forget that were even on because I didn't really have a schedule. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have a phone to even check. I had a computer to check, but I guess I was still learning around that time to really kind of know what to really check for. So some races I ended up did missing. You know what I'm saying? I did end up missing some races, not gonna lie, because well, I didn't know certain races were on different channels or some races were on Saturdays. But 2008, we got that together. You know what I'm saying? I still remember most of the races from like 2007. I probably missed like what 10 races and all, but nevertheless, I just yeah, I loved it. And after every preview, for NASCAR on ESPN coming next week and this that, and the third. I was so hooked. I really was. I was really hooked on NASCAR, and I still am. But I learned that there's not that many people to talk about NASCAR with around me. You know what I'm saying? There are people here and there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people they're into football and basketball, and I am. I like it, but at the same time, NASCAR will always be that one sport for me. And I'm making this channel to talk more about it. You feel me? I met a bunch of NASCAR fans on the Xbox, right? That I will still cherish and love for the rest of my life. And still talk about NASCAR for the rest of my life with. But I kind of want to reach a broader scale, right? And that is YouTube. I see more black YouTubers, black NASCAR YouTubers come out the woodworks. And I want to be a part of that community. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of opinions that a lot of people won't understand. Not gonna cap. So, why not make a channel dedicated to it? This is my NASCAR channel. I will be discussing as much as I can. Am I gonna be reviewing races? I might do that. I might be reviewing races here and there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna also be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna post that much because I still have a main channel. You feel me? If y'all want to subscribe to that, it's not gonna be no NASCAR stuff, but it'll be still something worth the watch, I guess, if you're into music and dancing and stuff like that. That's another hobby of mine. So yeah, this is the introduction to my channel, and I cannot wait to do more. So yeah.